Hey guys, so welcome to part 2 of your core strategy. Okay, so in the video above I covered a few concepts you need to understand for your cash machine, as well as teaching you the first part of the kind of core strategy. Now, I want you to remember that the strategies on this page certainly are not the only ones, and on the modules to the left of this video, after you've completed this step as well, and there's also should be a link at the bottom of this page, you need to go and proceed to the main strategies. Okay, they're a little bit more advanced, although they're still pretty easy, and they're a little bit more interesting with long-term potential. However, this one is the one you should have going in the background because it's by far the easiest to get going. That's why I call it your core strategy. And the reason I recommend, by the way, guys, that obviously the main sniper course isn't really anything to do with posting on Facebook, but the reason I recommend this for the sniper cash machine is because of the success rate. That's the only reason. It always pretty much works. Okay, so by now you've made your first post update on Facebook, and you're kind of letting people know out there that you've joined the sniper community, you're doing something a bit different, while sort of making sure if they want to know more, they can go and watch the video presentation via your link. Okay, and that's pretty much all you need to do on that, and then people are going to go to your link, they're going to buy the course, they're going to pay the fee, they're going to see the other products after they buy it, and you're going to earn 60% of all of it. Okay, and that's it, what you have to do for that strategy. Okay, now remember, I also recommend doing this in real life if it happens to come up in conversation, what you've been up to lately, etc., and you will honestly be very surprised at how many people are interested. Now, the next stage, and I'm not going to spend hours on this, so don't worry, this video is going to be a lot quicker, you're almost done, is getting in contact with people you know directly. Okay, because simply updating Facebook isn't enough. We also need to get directly involved and get people you know to visit the Sniper website. And how we do this is simple. There's a method to it, of course, that I'm about to teach you. Now, you don't need to worry or be intimidated. This one is literally going to take as long as the last one almost. It's going to be super quick, and you're going to have it going within the next few minutes. So there's a bit of a strategy to it. Okay, and the first thing we need to do is kind of decide who to message, because simply messaging all of your friends on Facebook is not going to be a good strategy. Okay, it's not going to be a good strategy, and it's not going to be something I encourage doing. Okay, so what I want you to do, if I come over to my Facebook here for a second, what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video for 60 seconds and just try to think of the names of all the people you know. Co-workers, family, friends, anybody who you know well enough to be friends on Facebook with who fits the following criteria. Okay, so anyone basically who fits the following criteria. And what you can do is you can write these down in a list, or you can just kind of remember them. So anyway, here's the criteria that these guys need to meet. So either they're not particularly happy in their current job, or the way their life is kind of going. It's sad, but a lot of people are in that situation. I was certainly in that situation myself for a long time. And Google Sniper is going to give them something cool, something to aspire to, something to join up. Don't forget that we are doing something cool here. Or another piece of criteria they might be is, they might have expressed an interest in working from home or starting an online business, and obviously those people definitely, you'd be doing them a real service to let them know about Sniper, as it's one of the best courses out there. Or, maybe someone who's in a lot of debt and could use some help, or maybe, they're more advanced and are already trying to get something started. Basically, anyone you know who fits that criteria, anyone you know who you think might benefit or might be interested in starting kind of their home business, quitting their job, doing something a bit different. Okay, so pause the video now and have a think. Okay, and when you're ready, unpause the video and continue. Or if you're struggling, what I recommend you do, so just pause the video actually first, have a think, try and come up with some names, write them down either on your computer, on WordPad or whatever, just have a think. So pause this video, do that, and then come back. Okay, so hopefully you've done that now. Hopefully you've been able to come up with, at least sort of 10, 15 friends. Most people are normally, or people they know. Like I said, it doesn't have to be someone you know super well. It just needs to be someone you think would be fairly interested in this sort of thing. Now, what I want you to do now, and it is, if you're struggling, then I'm going to suggest something here, but this is also worth doing even if you've come up with a whole bunch of names, just to think of a few more people. So what I recommend is basically you just click on your friends tab within Facebook. So you're on your profile, and all you do is you come in here and you click on your friends. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to browse through our friends here to find some good inspiration. Now, many of us have a lot of friends, and the more you can think of, the better. Okay, and this can be a great way to uncover a few key people. You know, you can really think about people and think, oh yeah, they might be interested in this, etc., etc. Okay, it can be a really good way of doing things. All right, so done that, got a general idea. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send them a message. Okay, nice and simple. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As with the Facebook updates, I've come up with a few ideas for you below, but it's best to personalize it to the individual. Now the ones I've come up with below, you know, are pretty good. So let's say we were going to message writers here, and I know he's kind of interested in doing things a little bit differently, so he might be interested. I'm just going to click on message. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to send them a message through Facebook, just like that. Okay, now like I said, you can send one of the pre-made ones below, or you can make up your own. Either one is going to deliver some pretty good results for you. Okay, now the key obviously is what you say has to be good and actually get them to watch the video and sign up, otherwise you're not going to earn any commission. Okay, so you know, if you want, you know, and talk about how impressed you are with Sniper, and if you really haven't looked around yet, remember this cash machine strategy is only a small part. I encourage you to go and look at the main course, etc., or you know, whatever else your thoughts are on it. Be honest, you know, but simply saying check this out isn't going to work. Okay, and that's an important point. So all we do is click on the person, click on the friend in question, shoot them a quick 10-second message, and that's it. Now we move on to the next. Like I said, it's best to personalize the message to the individual, you know, because some people are going to already have an internet business perhaps that you know, and obviously to them you're not going to say quit your job. To those unhappy in their jobs, you're going to talk about quitting their job, etc., etc. And like I said, there's some pretty good ideas below. Okay. Now all we're going to do is shoot them a quick 10-second message, and that's it. Now we move on to the next one. All in all, it's going to take you less than 10 minutes to do everybody, without a doubt. Probably taking you longer to watch this video actually, and I apologize for it being so long. And it's very likely you'll see some sales straight away today if you do this right. If you're looking for a few $100s right now, this is going to kill it for you. Okay, now they may ask you some questions. They may be skeptical as well. You know, they may some will jump right in, and some will ask you a few more questions. And you know, it can kind of get a bit of a Facebook conversation going. You know, don't expect to just send one message. Although a lot of people will buy straight away, it's just important, you know, to expect a bit of a conversation. And whatever they say back, it's a conversation, you know, and you can say whatever you want. There's no pressure to sell any of these people, but you know, obviously we'd love to have them on board Google Sniper, and I know they'd benefit from it. So you can say whatever you want. And after you've done that, I just want to make one final mention. So after you've updated your Facebook, here's the stage you should be at: updating your Facebook twice a day, emailing, you know, a few of your friends directly about this, is to really think of people who might benefit from joining a community such as ours. Okay, think again and hard. It's important, and message those people. Okay, now not everyone is on Facebook, so I really recommend sending those you know who you think might benefit by joining a community such as ours. Anyone who's working a job, like I said, they're not particularly passionate about, friends of yours who've expressed an interest in making money online on the internet, you know, and you'd be shocked how many people are excited by the idea, and people who are just genuinely open to new things. They don't even have to have fit that criteria. Okay, that's really important. Send those people an email. So head over to Gmail or whatever it is you use, you know, and fire up an email. The example post we've put below for Facebook can also be used as an email. So remember, if you haven't got them on Facebook, you can just use email. Okay, and there's undoubtedly going to be some of probably your best people you're going to make sales from. They're not going to have Facebook, or emailing them is going to be the best way. Okay, so that's something very important to mention at the end. And you would be very surprised at how good a result an email gets. And then finally, as my closing statement on this strategy is, it might just surprise you how well the whole thing works. No, we're not doing any revolutionary with your core strategy for the sniper cash machine, as I told you from the beginning, but it does make you some serious, quick money, which is what I promised. It works incredibly well for all the reasons I've mentioned here, and you really owe it to yourself to give all these methods a shot, okay, before you move on to the strategies on the next page. Okay, it's only going to take you, literally, to get these Facebook ones going, it's going to take you about 15 minutes. You're updating Facebook and you're messaging anyone you think might be interested in sniper potentially. You're going to earn 60% across all of the products that they ever buy. You're going to make some serious money doing this, and the money's going to come in quick. Okay, and that's it. And as soon as you see that money coming in, those few $100 in your account, as it has done for so many other members, I know you'll know it was worth it. Okay, plus obviously you'll have helped me and the people you referred in the process by exposing them to such an effective way of kind of getting their home business started. Okay, so you're kind of doing good all round really by using these strategies. So that's what you need to go and do right now. Go ahead, think about, if you didn't already, think about who might benefit from this, who might be interested, shoot them a direct message, and then after you've done that, and you've got your Facebook post updates going, after you've done that, click the button kind of at the very bottom of this page, or use the modules on the left and proceed to the main strategies. The main strategies are going to be really exciting, okay? And for that, I've kind of got a special guest to help me teach them. He's someone, by the way, who's made over 6 figures using the sniper cash machine strategy, okay? And also he's a guy you can now email for any advice, etc. you need when you're applying the sniper cash machine, okay? And we're going to show you a whole bunch of methods, okay? We're going to show you some of his best. We're going to show you some pretty cool things you can do on Twitter, this kind of real-time sort of marketing screen you can pull up. We're going to teach you about potentially using Facebook to drive traffic to get an email list, and that's using the paid advertising. We're going to show you a whole bunch of really cool methods. So what you need to do is use the core strategy on this page, and then use, at the very least, I'd say 1 or 2 from the following main strategies page. So get this going, get your Facebook updated, send out some direct messages, and then proceed over to the main strategies page, and we're going to teach you on your next stages. And by the end of it, by the way, they're all instant strategies as well. They're going to get you going within the next hour or so as well. So do that now, then head over there, and I'll see you on the next page.